Hello, my dear friend, and welcome. My name is Anna, and this is the VUS Learning English podcast. It is so wonderful to have you here with me today. If you're coming back, welcome home. It feels so good to continue this journey with you. And if this is your first time here, I am so happy you found us. You have a special place here. We are a warm and friendly community, and we are all learning together. Today, we are going to talk about something special. It is a topic that can feel a little confusing for English learners, but I want you to know that it is okay. We are going to explore two little words. These words are make and do. Maybe you have felt a little unsure about them. Maybe you have paused in a conversation. You think, should I say make? Or should I say do? This feeling is so normal. So many learners feel this way. You are not alone. And today we are going to walk through it together, slowly and with a lot of kindness. By the end of our time together, you will feel so much more clear. You will feel so much more confident. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me. It means the world. If you enjoy our time together, you can show your support. You can give this podcast a like or a follow or subscribe. It is a small click for you, but it helps our little community grow. It helps us reach more wonderful learners just like you. I am always so curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in Myanmar or Bangladesh? Maybe you are in Turkey or Cambodia or Mexico. Please know, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. And I am sending you a warm hello. Now, find a comfortable place. Maybe you are sitting with a warm cup of tea. Maybe you are on a walk. Just relax, breathe in, and breathe out. We are ready to begin. Section 1, the core difference, creation versus action. Let's start our journey with a simple idea, a beautiful, simple idea. In many languages, there is only one word for make and do. One word does both jobs. But in English, we have two words. And this is where the confusion can start. But do not worry, we are going to make it simple. I want you to hold this one idea in your heart. This idea is your guide. It will help you most of the time, maybe 80% of the time. The idea is this. Make is for creation, do is for action. Let's say that again together. Make is for creation. Do is for action. Let's talk about what this means. What is creation? Creation is about making something new. It is about producing something or building something. When you use make, there is a result. There is a product. Something new exists because of your work. This new thing can be something you can touch. We call this tangible, like a chair or a meal. Or this new thing can be something you cannot touch. We call this intangible, like a plan or a decision. It is something you create in your mind. Let's imagine something together. Picture yourself in your kitchen. It is a sunny morning. You are hungry. You decide to prepare a meal. You take some eggs. You take some bread. You take some butter. You are creating something that was not there before. You are creating a meal. So you make breakfast. The result of your work is the breakfast. The eggs, the toast. It is a beautiful meal you can see and eat. You created it. So you make breakfast. Now think about an idea. You are in a meeting with your friends. You are talking about a problem. Suddenly, you have an idea to solve it. You create this idea in your mind. You share it with your friends. You make a suggestion. The suggestion is the result. It is the new idea you created. It is intangible. You cannot touch it, but you created it. So you make a suggestion. So make is always about this beautiful act of creation. It is about a result. Now let's think about the other word. Let's think about do. Do is different. When we use do, we are talking about the action itself. We are focused on the task, the chore, the activity. It is about the process, the work you are performing. It is not about creating something new. Let's imagine another picture together. Imagine you are a student. Your teacher gave you some work to finish at home. This work is called homework. Homework is a task. It is a job you have to complete. Your focus is on the action of studying, the action of writing, the action of finishing the task. So you do your homework. You are performing an action. You are completing a task. The focus is on the process. So we say, I have to do my homework. Let's think about another example. You want to be healthy. You decide to move your body. You go for a run, or you lift weights, or you stretch. This activity is called exercise. Exercise is an activity you perform. The focus is on the action of moving. So you do exercise. You are performing an action for your health. The focus is on the process of exercising. So we say, I do exercise every day. So this is our foundation. This is the simple, powerful idea for our whole lesson today. Are you ready? Make means to create a result. Do means to perform an action. Let's keep this in our minds. Whenever you feel unsure, you can ask yourself a simple question. Ask yourself, am I creating something new here? Or am I just performing a task? This question will be your compass. It will guide you. It will help you find the right word. Let's use our guiding question with a famous example. We make a cake, but we do the dishes. Why? Let's think about it together. First, let's imagine making a cake. You have flour, you have sugar, you have eggs, you have milk. You mix them all together. You put the mixture in the oven. What happens? You create something completely new. You create a cake. The cake is the result. It did not exist before. You created it. So we ask our question, am I creating something new? Yes, I am. So I make a cake. Now let's imagine doing the dishes. You have just finished a lovely dinner. In the sink, there are plates. There are forks. There are glasses. These things already exist. You are not creating new dishes. What are you doing? You are performing a task. The task is washing the plates. The action is cleaning. Your focus is on the chore itself. So we ask our question, am I creating something new? No, I am not. I am performing a task. So I do the dishes. Do you feel the difference? Making a cake is creation. Doing the dishes is action. This is the core idea. This is our warm, safe home base. Keep this idea of creation versus action in your mind. It will help you understand all the examples we will explore together. You are doing a wonderful job. Let's continue. Section 2, Getting to Know. Do. Okay, my friend, let's spend some more time with the word do. Let's get to know it like a good friend. We know that do is for actions and tasks, but we can look at it more closely. We can see it in different groups or categories. When you see the patterns, the logic becomes clearer. It helps the information stick in your mind. Our first category for do is work and study. This is a very common way we use do. We use it for tasks and duties, things related to your job or things related to your school. Let's start with a familiar one. Do homework. As we talked about, homework is a task. It is a job from your teacher. The main idea is finishing it. The focus is on the action of getting it done. For example, a mother might say to her child, "You can't play outside until you have done your homework." The focus is on finishing the task. Or a student might say, "I have to do about 2 hours of homework every night." Again, the focus is on the time spent on the task, the action of studying. It feels like a job to be completed, right? So we do homework. In a similar way, we do work. This is a general phrase. It means to talk about your job or the tasks you perform at your job. Someone might say, "I have a big project. I have to do a lot of work this weekend." Here, work is the general activity, the effort of the job. It is a process. Or you could say, "She is a writer. She does work for many different magazines." This means she performs the activity of writing for them. Another phrase is do business. This means to have professional deals with people, to engage in commerce. After a good meeting, you might say, "It was a pleasure to do business with you." It means the process of working together was good. Or a company might say, "We do a lot of business with clients in Europe." It refers to the general activity of their commercial work. We can also do a job. This phrase is interesting. You have a job. That is your position. But when you are performing the tasks of that job, you do the job. We often use this phrase with a word to describe it, like good or bad. For example, "The painter did a wonderful job. The room looks beautiful." This means he performed the task of painting very well. Or the opposite. "He did a terrible job fixing my car. It broke down again." This means he performed the task poorly. The focus is on the performance of the action. Finally, for this category, let's look at two more. You can do a report or do a course. When you do a report, you are performing the task of writing it. You are researching. You are writing. A student might say, "I am doing a report on the history of my city." Now you might think, "But a report is something new. I am creating it." That is true. And you can also say, "Write a report." Write a report is more specific. But do a report is a very common phrase. It focuses on the whole task, the whole process of research and writing. Think of it as a big homework assignment. And we do homework. So you can do a report. When you do a course, you are learning. You are participating in a class. You are doing the work to learn a new skill. Someone might say, "I want to learn photography. I am thinking of doing a course." The focus is on the action of participating and learning. So, for work and study, think of tasks and processes. That is the home of do. You are doing a great job listening. Let's keep going. Our next big category for do is household chores. What are chores? They are the jobs we do to keep our homes clean and nice. They are often repetitive tasks. We do them again and again. Because they are ongoing actions, do is the perfect word. The most common example is do the dishes. We talked about this one. It means to wash the plates, cups, and forks after a meal. Someone in a family might say, "My sister cooked the meal, so I will do the dishes." It is a task to be performed. Or you might see a full sink and say, "Wow, we really need to do the dishes." The focus is on the chore. Next is do the laundry. Laundry is your dirty clothes. To do the laundry is the whole process. Washing the clothes, drying the clothes, folding the clothes. Someone might say on a Sunday, "I have no clean shirts. I have to do the laundry today." It is a repeating household task. We also do the ironing. This is the task of making clothes smooth with a hot iron. Many people do not like this chore. They might say, "My least favorite chore is doing the ironing." We also do the cleaning. This is a general term for cleaning the house, washing the floors, dusting the furniture. You could say, "On Saturday mornings, we all do the cleaning together as a family. And we do the shopping." This usually means buying food at the grocery store. It is the task of going to the store and getting what you need. I am making a list. I need to do the shopping for this week's meals. Now, here is an interesting one. We can also do the cooking. You might be thinking, "But Anna, you said we make breakfast. Cooking creates a meal." You are right, and this is a beautiful, subtle point. When we talk about the general chore, the general responsibility in a house, we can use do. For example, in my family, my father usually does the cooking. This means he has the general responsibility for preparing meals. It refers to the ongoing task. But when we talk about creating one specific meal, we use make. We will talk about this more in our next section. So your father does the cooking in general, but tonight he is going to make a pizza. Do you see the small, gentle difference? One is the general task. The other is the specific creation. It is okay if this is a little confusing. We will come back to it. Our third category for do is personal care and health. These are actions you perform for yourself, actions for your body and your well-being. A very common one is do your hair. This means to style your hair, to brush it, to comb it, to make it look nice. Someone getting ready to go out might say, "I will be ready in 5 minutes. I just need to do my hair." The action is styling. Similarly, you can do your nails. This means to paint your nails or give yourself a manicure. After painting her nails, someone might say, "Be careful, I just did my nails. They are still wet." Here, do is a simple word that means paint or manicure. It's the action you perform on your nails. For health, the most important phrase is do exercise. This includes any kind of physical activity for fitness. Running, swimming, yoga, anything. A doctor might give you advice. You should do at least 30 minutes of exercise every day. It is an action for your health. Someone might say, "I like to do my exercise in the morning. It gives me energy for the day." The focus is on performing the activity. Our final category for do is a general one. We can call it general actions. These are common phrases where do is paired with a noun. The noun describes an action. These phrases do not fit perfectly in the other groups, but they all follow the rule. Do is for actions. A very important one is do your best. This means to try as hard as you can, to give all of your effort. Effort is an action. It is a process. Before a test or a competition, a kind friend might say, "Don't worry about winning. Just do your best." The focus is on your effort, your action. Another one is do a favor. A favor is a kind and helpful action you perform for someone. You might ask a friend, "Could you do me a big favor? Could you watch my cat this weekend?" You are asking them to perform a helpful action for you. Or you could say, "He did me a favor and helped me move my furniture." He performed a kind action. We also have two phrases that are opposites: do good and do harm. To do good means to have a positive effect, to perform actions that help people. The organization does a lot of good. It helps homeless people find homes. The focus is on their helpful actions. To do harm means to have a negative effect, to cause damage. The factory's pollution did a lot of harm to the river. It caused a negative result through its actions. Finally, there's a very natural way native speakers use do. We use do as a general verb. We use it when the main action is clear and obvious from the situation. We saw this with do your hair, which means style, and do your nails, which means paint. Let's imagine more situations. Imagine you are looking at a messy garden. The leaves are everywhere. You could say to your partner, "We need to do the yard this afternoon." Here, do clearly means to clean up the yard, to rake the leaves, to cut the grass. The specific action is understood. Imagine you're in the kitchen preparing a big meal. Someone might ask, "How can I help?" You could say, "I'll cook the chicken if you can do the vegetables." Here, do the vegetables clearly means to wash them and chop them. It is a very common and natural way to speak. So, let's take a soft breath here. We have just explored the world of do. We have seen it in work and study. We have seen it in household chores. We have seen it in personal care. And we have seen it in general actions. The single idea that connects them all is action. Process, task, performance. You are listening so well. You are building a strong foundation in your mind. This is wonderful. Before we move on to our other friend, make, let's take a small pause. If you are finding this gentle explanation helpful, I am so glad. If you feel a little more clear now, that is a beautiful step. Just take 1 second to click the subscribe or follow button. It is a simple, easy way to support our podcast, and it means you will not miss our next lessons together. We can continue this journey of learning step by step. Okay, are you ready to meet make? Let's go. Section 3, Mastering Make. All right, my friend, let's gently turn our attention now. Let's shift our focus to the word make. If do is the artist of action and process, then make is the artist of product and result. Make is the verb of creation. It is the verb of construction. It is the verb of causing something to happen. We use make when our actions result in something new. Something that did not exist in that form before. Let's explore the beautiful world of make together. Let's look at its main categories. The first category is one of the easiest to remember. It is food and drinks. This is a classic make category. It is classic because you are literally creating a meal. You are literally creating a beverage. We say make breakfast, make lunch, or make dinner. Imagine you are at home and your stomach starts to rumble. You feel hungry. You say, I'm hungry. Let's make some lunch. You are going to create a meal. Or think of a special day, a birthday, or an anniversary. Someone might say, he decided to make a special dinner for her. He is creating a special meal as a result of his love. Now, do you remember our conversation about do the cooking? We said do the cooking is the general chore. But when we talk about creating one specific meal, we always use make. So you do the cooking on Mondays, but tonight you will make soup and salad. You are producing a result, the finished dish. This logic applies to any specific food item you create. You make a sandwich. You take bread, cheese, and vegetables, and you create a sandwich. Could you please make me a chicken sandwich? You make a salad. You chop lettuce, tomatoes, and cucumbers. You create a salad. We are going to make a big salad to go with the pasta. You make a cake. You make a pizza. She made a beautiful strawberry cake for the birthday party. You are creating these new food items. The same idea is true for drinks. You make a cup of tea, or you make coffee. Imagine the first thing you do in the morning. You go to the kitchen, you take coffee powder and hot water, you create a warm, wonderful drink. The first thing I do when I wake up is make coffee. Or a friend visits your home. You want to be a good host. You ask, would you like me to make you a cup of tea? In all of these examples, you are combining ingredients. You are creating a final product you can eat or drink. So for food and drinks, remember the creator. Make. Our second big category is plans and decisions. This one can feel a little different. The result is not something you can touch. It is intangible. But you are still creating something. You are creating something in your mind. A plan, a choice, a decision. We make plans. When you think about the future and you organize an event, you are creating the structure for it. You are creating the idea of what will happen. We are making plans to go to the beach next weekend. You are creating the idea of the trip. Let's make a plan for how to finish this project. You are creating a strategy in your minds. We also make a decision or make a choice. This is the powerful act of creating a final answer in your mind. You have many options. You think about them. Then you create one path forward. Someone might say, this is a difficult situation. I need time to make a decision. They are creating the final answer. Or a friend might say, you have to make a choice. Do you want the red shirt or the blue shirt? You must create your final selection. In a similar way, we make arrangements. This is about creating the organization for an event. It is like making a plan, but often more about the details. Booking tickets, reserving rooms. The secretary is making all the arrangements for the business trip. She is creating the schedule, booking the flights. We need to make arrangements for someone to take care of our dog when we are on vacation. You are creating the solution for your dog's care. So, for all of these mental creations, we use make. You are doing so well. Just breathe and let it sink in. Our third category is communication and expression. Think about it. When we communicate, what are we doing? We are creating sounds. We are creating words. We are creating messages. We are producing something to share with others. For example, you make a phone call. You are creating a conversation between you and another person. You might say to your friend, I need to make a quick phone call to my mother before we leave. You are creating that connection and conversation. You can make a speech. You are creating and delivering a formal talk to a group of people. The company president made a speech about their success this year. You can also say, give a speech, which is also very common. But make a speech is perfectly correct and focuses on the creation of the speech itself. You make a suggestion, make a comment, or make a remark. In each case, you are producing an idea. You are creating an observation with your words. During a meeting, you could say, can I make a suggestion? Maybe we should try a different approach. You are creating a new idea for the group. He made a very smart comment about the book we read. He produced an intelligent thought. She made a rude remark and everyone felt uncomfortable. She produced words that created a bad feeling. You also make a complaint. When you are unhappy with a service or product, you create a formal statement about your dissatisfaction. The hotel room was dirty, so I decided to make a complaint to the manager. You are creating a formal record of your unhappiness. And you make a noise or make a sound. You are producing sound where there was silence. A librarian might say to a group of children, please do not make so much noise. People are reading. They are creating a disruption. The old house made a strange sound in the middle of the night. The house produced a sound. So for communication, remember that you are creating words, sounds, and ideas. So you make them. The fourth category for make is so important. It is perhaps the most useful one. It is results and outcomes. This is where some of the most common English phrases live. The key is to see that your action is causing a result. You are creating a new situation or feeling. Let's start with the phrase from our introduction. Make a mistake. This is a very, very important one to remember. We do not do a mistake. We make a mistake. Why? Let's think about it with our creation idea. A mistake is the result of a wrong action. It is an error that you have created. The error did not exist, and then your action created it. It is so important to remember this, and it is also important to remember that it is okay to make them. It is okay to make mistakes when you are learning a new language. It is how we grow. I made a mistake on the bill and I charged the customer the wrong price. I created an error. Similarly, we make progress. What is progress? Progress is the positive result of your hard work. You are creating forward movement. You are creating improvement. I have been studying English every day. I feel like I am finally making progress. You are creating a better understanding. The construction team is making good progress on the new hospital. They are creating forward movement towards the final result. We also make a difference. A difference is a change in a situation. It is a new outcome that you caused. You created that change. Working at the animal shelter feels good. I feel like I am making a difference. You are creating a better life for the animals. Every small act of kindness can make a difference in the world. It can create a positive change. You make an effort or make an attempt. An effort is the energy that you decide to create and use for a goal. A teacher might say to a student, I can see you are making a real effort to improve your writing. The student is creating and applying energy. An attempt is the act of trying to do something. He made an attempt to call his friend, but the phone had no signal. He created the action of trying. And what about money? We make money. We can also make a fortune. In this idea, money is the result of your work. You are creating wealth. You are creating income. He works as a doctor. He makes a lot of money. His work creates income. She made a fortune when she sold her company. She created great wealth. You can also make friends. This is a beautiful one. You are creating new relationships. You are creating new connections with people. When I moved to a new city, it was hard at first. But then I joined a book club and I started to make friends. You are creating new friendships. Finally, let's look at a few other very important phrases with make. One is a famous exception. Make the bed. This is the famous exception to our rule that chores use do. We do the laundry, we do the dishes, we do the cleaning. But we make the bed. Why? We can use our creation idea to help us remember. Think about a messy bed in the morning. The blankets are everywhere. Then you arrange the sheets, you fix the pillows, you transform the messy bed into a tidy, neat bed. You are creating an orderly state. You are creating a beautiful, well-made bed. The focus is on the final result, a neat bed. So my mother always told me, you have to make your bed every morning. You make a change. You're creating a new way of doing something. This year, I want to be healthier. I am going to make some changes to my diet. You are creating a new routine. You make an impression. You are creating a feeling or an idea about you in another person's mind. He was very polite and intelligent at the job interview. He made a very good impression. He created a positive idea of himself. And you make time for something. Your life is busy. Your schedule is full. But you decide to create a space in your schedule for something important. Life is busy, but it is so important to make time for your family and friends. You create an open space in your day for them. Let's take a deep breath. As you can see, this beautiful idea of creation flows through all of these make phrases. It is there when the result is a physical cake. It is there when the result is an abstract plan. And it is there when the result is a new friendship. Make is about the result, the product, the outcome. You are doing wonderfully. Let's keep going. Section 4. Special cases and exceptions. My dear friend, you have learned the most important rule, the rule of action versus creation. Do is for actions. Make is for creation. This rule is your best friend on this journey. It will help you so much. Now let's look at just a few special things. These are a little different. Knowing them will help you feel even more confident. It's like adding the final details to a beautiful painting. First, let's talk about a very special structure with make. It is a structure we use for forcing or causing someone to do something. When you want to say that one person requires another person to do an action, you can use make. The structure is like this. Make plus person plus verb. For example, let's imagine your boss gives you extra work. You have to stay late. You did not want to stay late, but you had to. Your boss required it. So you can say, my boss made me work late last night. Look at the structure. Make, past tense is made, plus person, me, plus verb, work. My boss made me work. Notice we do not say made me to work. There is no to, just the verb. This is very important. Let's think of another example. Imagine you are watching a very sad movie. The story is heartbreaking. Tears start to come from your eyes. The movie caused this to happen. You can say, the sad movie made her cry. Let's look at the structure again. Make, past tense is made, plus person, her, plus verb, cry. The movie made her cry. It caused the crying to happen. One more example. Imagine parents who want their son to be responsible. They require him to clean his room every weekend. You can say, his parents make him clean his room every Saturday. Make, present tense is make, plus person, him, plus verb, clean. They make him clean his room. This structure is very common and very useful in English. And it fits our big idea of make. Remember we said make can be about causing a result? Here, one person is causing another person to act. The boss's request makes the result of me working late. The movie makes the result of her crying. So when you see this structure, remember it is about causing something to happen. It is a special power of the word make. Second, let's quickly and gently talk about the other job that do has in English. Sometimes do is not the main verb. Sometimes do is a helper verb. We also call this an auxiliary verb. You see this kind of do all the time. You see it in questions. For example, do you like coffee? Does she live in this city? Did they enjoy the party? In these sentences, the main verbs are like, live, and enjoy. Do, does, and did are just there to help build the question. You also see this helper do in negative sentences. We use it with not. For example, I do not know the answer, or I don't know. He does not speak French, or he doesn't speak French. We did not go to the concert, or we didn't go. Again, the main verbs are know, speak, and go. Do is just there to help make the sentence negative. And one more way we use this helper do is for emphasis. To make our feelings stronger. Imagine someone says, you don't care about my problem, but you want to show that you really, really care. You can say, that's not true. I do care. That word do adds so much power and emotion. It emphasizes the verb care. This job of do is a grammar job. It is completely separate from the do in do homework or do the dishes. It is good to know this, so you do not get confused. Just remember that the word do wears two different hats in English. One hat is for action and tasks. The other hat is for helping with grammar and questions and negative sentences. Lastly, let's be honest and gentle with ourselves. English, like all languages, is full of history. It is full of fixed expressions. We sometimes call these collocations. These are pairs of words that just love to be together. They have been together for a long, long time. While our rule of action versus creation is so helpful, some phrases are the way they are. Just because they are. They are like old traditions. We have already talked about the most famous one. Make the bed. It feels like a chore, which points to do. But we always say make. We used our logic to help us remember. We are creating a tidy bed, and that is a wonderful way to remember it. Learning these special phrases is a journey of time and patience. It is a journey of exposure. There is not always a perfect logical reason that we can explain. Our goal today was to give you the logic for most cases. For 90% of the cases you will see. This way, you have fewer phrases to just memorize. But for the few exceptions, be kind to yourself. The more you listen to English, the more you read in English. The more these phrases will start to sound right to you. And the wrong combination will start to sound strange. Your brain will just get a feeling for it. It is a natural process. You are building that feeling right now just by listening. And there you have it, my dear friend. We have come to the end of our journey for today. We started with that one simple, powerful rule. The rule that can change everything. Do is for actions and tasks. Make is for creating products and results. We walked through the world of do. We saw it in our work, our chores, and our health. All the processes and performances of our lives. Then we explored the beautiful world of make. We saw it in our food, our plans, our communication, and our outcomes. All the acts of creation and causation. We even looked at special cases, like using make to cause someone to do something. And we were gentle with ourselves about those few exceptions that we learn over time. You no longer have to guess. You no longer have to memorize hundreds of phrases without understanding. Now you have a tool. You have a guiding question you can always ask yourself. Am I talking about the action or the result? That simple question will give you the right answer almost every time. But please remember, my friend, knowledge is a seed. Practice is the water that helps it grow into a skill. Be patient with your beautiful mind and your learning process. And that brings us to your final gentle task for today, a chance to practice. In the comments section below, I would love for you to share with me. Write one sentence telling me something you have to do today. And write a second sentence telling me something you want to make this week. For example, you could write, today, I have to do my homework. This week, I want to make a new friend. Or you could write, today I have to do the laundry. This week, I want to make progress in my English. I will read as many of your comments as I can. Sharing your sentences is the best way to make this new knowledge truly yours. It helps it stick in your heart. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It was an honor to be your guide. If this lesson was helpful and valuable for you, please give it a thumbs up or a like. It helps our podcast reach more wonderful learners around the world. Keep practicing. Keep learning with a kind heart. And remember, it is always okay to make mistakes. That is how we learn. I will see you next time, my friend. Goodbye for now.